Okay, we continue our Gemara. We're going to Bava Kama in the parak of Hamaniach, which is the third parak, and we're in Chav Zayin Amud Bet. And now we're going to go. The Gemara asks the following question: Amar Rav Papa. Rav Papa asked the following: Lo deka masnisin. The wording in the Mishnah, masnisin means Mishnah. Lo deka is not precise. Ella only. Shmuel or Rabbi Yochanan. If you learn the opinion of Shmuel and Rabbi Yochanan, Shmuel's opinion was that the pedestrian broke the barrel because it was dark and he didn't see it, or like Rabbi Yochanan who said the barrel was around the corner, and therefore that certainly makes sense that he's not liable for the breakage because it surely was by accident. Di'i karav, but if we learn the Mishnah according to Rav's opinion, and Rav said that the entire Rishut HaRabim was filled by the Baal Habayit with barrels. My irya niskal. Why did the Mishnah have to use the word or point out the word niskal that the person tripped? Afilu shavar nami. If the pedestrian, according to Rav, would break any of those barrels on purpose, he also wouldn't be chayav. He wouldn't be liable for those broken barrels because he had no choice. There was no place to walk. So Rav Papa doesn't understand how Rav's opinion would fit in our Mishnah because they use the word niskal. And the pedestrian certainly would not be liable even if he broke the barrels on purpose. Comes along Rav Zvid, Rav Zvid, Mishmei de Rava. Rav Zvid said the name of Rava, and he actually backs up Rav Papa's logic. Hu hadin, that would be the law, afilu shavar. That if a pedestrian broke the barrels on purpose, if the Rishut HaRabim was filled with barrels and no place to walk, he certainly would not have to pay, even if he did it on purpose. So the Gemara tries to ask the following question then. Vaha diktane niskal. Why did the Mishnah have to use the word niskal, that he tripped by accident? How does it work? Aide dibaye lemisne seifa. It helps us understand what was taught in the Sefer in the second part of the Mishnah. What was taught in the second part of the Mishnah? The im huzak bo. And if the pedestrian got damaged by the barrel, Baal Chavit Chayiv Beneziko, the owner of the barrels would be Chayiv, would be liable for the pedestrian's damage. The Dafka Niska, that would only be if the damages were done by accident, that he tripped. Aval Shavar Lo. But if the pedestrian broke the barrels on purpose, the Baal Habayit would not be liable for the man's damages. My taima, why wouldn't he be liable? Why wouldn't the Baal Habayit be liable for the pedestrian's damage to his foot if he broke the barrels on purpose and not by tripping? Hu the azik anafshe. The pedestrian damaged himself. He's self-inflicted, and therefore he's not able to collect damages from the owner. Kitane Reisha Niskal. And that's why the first part of the Mishnah used the case of tripping. The idea of accident being consistent with the last part of the Mishnah. It's true. The word Niskal means that in the second part of the Mishnah, if the Baal Habayit, if the pedestrian purposely broke the barrels, even if there was no place to walk, and he got hurt, he couldn't collect damages from the Baal Habayit because it was self-inflicted. Let's look at Rashi. Dafka niskal aval shavar. If the pedestrian, it has to be specifically that he tripped and he didn't break it on purpose. But if he got hurt and he broke it on purpose, and that's how he got hurt, biratzon, willingly, achakach huzak, and he got hurt, the pedestrian, b'charsrav patur. He cannot claim damages, Baal HaChavis, from the owner of the barrel, di'uhu da'azik anafshe, because the pedestrian self-inflicted himself with this pain. So again, the second part of a Mishnah is talking about if someone got hurt, and who's going to pay for the damages. The only time the damages get paid is if it was really truly by accident. But if a person damaged himself on purpose, then he can't make claims onto the owner of the barrels.